It's like Groundhog's Day a little bit. Keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Alright, I'm just going to jump right into the mining part and not even worry about doing the wallet, because I was pretty much done with that anyway. And I left it open, and I think that that's probably what causes my machine to kind of start acting crazy. But let's go over how to mine Conceal using SimpleMining OS. What I'll do is I'll break out these videos and put different thumbnails on it so it can kind of separate it out. Because the last video I did the wallet, and then this one will just be specifically mining, I guess. So let's look at SimpleMining OS, mining Conceal Coin CCX. Go to group config, add a group. And if you're watching this and you didn't watch the previous video, you have to use, right now, you have to use XMR-STAK in order to mine Conceal. You can't use XMRig because that miner is not, the ones that are included with SimpleMining OS and Hive OS are not working with Conceal yet, because they forked to a new algorithm, the Kryptonite Conceal algo. So those that XMRig miner has not been updated yet. And you can kind of see that right here if you go to, in SimpleMining anyway, if you go to search and just type in Conceal, you can see that only XMR-STAK shows up, right? So normally, as long as they keep this part over here updated as far as what algorithms are actually supported, then you can use this search feature to find out what you need. And you can see right here that there are no XMRigs that are available. So we're going to use the latest version, and it actually talks about it right here. You can see it, Kryptonite Conceal right there. Give the group a name. We're going to name it CCX. This is just the naming convention that I use here, and we'll go CN Conceal, and then YouTube. And what we'll do is, I don't think I have all this info readily available. I'm going to click add group here because I already have it. I'm already mining it over here. So what I'll do is I'll just grab this real quick to make this super simple. Now I'll go down here and add or edit that group that we just created. Is it not going to let me paste it? Maybe I can't do it that way. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if you look at what we're doing here, I like to get rid of the space at the beginning, or the tab in the beginning there. And you can see that it's Kryptonite. Now again, this is XMR-STAK, not XMRig, which normally, if you watch my channel a lot, normally you see me using XMRig. So this is XMR-STAK. Currency is Kryptonite_Conceal. I'm using the official pool, which is an IP address. That is the Conceal Coin official pool. And then there's my address. No spaces or anything crazy in there. The password is the rigName, and then a couple of other parameters as well. And those are pretty much the default for XMR-STAK on SimpleMining. So we're going to click Save here, and then we're going to go over to Rig List. We're going to choose one of the rigs. I'll choose the bottom one. This one seems to be a little bit more reliable. So we'll choose that one, and then go to Group Config, and choose the group that we just created, which was CCX, CN Conceal, YouTube. And then we're going to do reload. I think that probably this miner is already on that rig. Yeah, it definitely is, because I'm already mining it. Yeah. Okay, so, but I don't know about the version. The version should be good too. So this should work pretty well. You can check the console here, and you can see that it looks like it already restarted the miner. Hopefully folks will filter back in. There's only one person watching. I guess that's Daniel Larson. So we'll just sit here and wait on this thing to come up, and then we'll probably, what we can do too, while that's working, let me go over to ProfitBot Pro. And we are going to, wow, he's done a lot of updates here. Yeah, he's still got it to where you just click anywhere up there. Let's see if he's got, yeah, conceal right here. So that's cool. So in a moment we'll know what our hash rate is, and we can put the hash rate in here for conceal and see what kind of profit we're going to get. This thing's kind of making me think that it's not gonna start up, but it should. What's up, Dab and Squirrel and Jason? Thanks for tuning back in. Sorry for all the problems. If you think about it being frustrating for you guys to get back into the stream, it's really frustrating for me. But I appreciate it. Being you know, real troopers and coming back in there even after I have all these technical difficulties. But I can tell you this, if it locks up again, I ain't gonna come back. I'm done with it. So if it crashes again, that's it for the night. Yeah, I'm showing 3 now, so that's cool. I'm kind of thinking this is not going to work. Maybe I need to, let's do a reload here, because I didn't see it actually do anything. See if the reload fixes that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that, you know, I've told you guys before, I've got a pretty old machine, and I just ask it to do a whole lot on the stream. Whenever you're streaming, I mean, I've got Streamlabs OBS open. I've got Google Chrome, and I'm logged into the live stream, and I'm watching so I can pay attention to the chat. Then I've got another monitor on the same machine that has all these other windows open, Internet Explorer and, you know, Excel and things like that. Not Internet Explorer, but Brave and spreadsheet and stuff like that. So it's a lot for my little machine, my old machine. Yeah, and it's not. My CPU, I don't think it's at 100%. It's not even close. It's Intel. It's an old Intel. It is an i7, but it's like 2nd gen. So I don't think that this machine is going to come up. Yeah, I'm on an SSD for sure. It's an old SSD though. I'm building a new machine pretty soon, so hopefully all these little stupid problems will go away. Yeah, I'm going to actually build an AMD, a Ryzen 7 probably. Yeah, whenever I'm doing like the wallets, it seems like it's geared around wallets, because the last time I launched the on the Aeon video, I launched the Aeon wallet and it crashed, you know. And then this time, whenever it didn't crash while I launched the wallet, but while I was using the wallet, it crashed. But then the first time earlier, it was just whenever I was scrolling through the website. So I don't know, but I did have the wallet open already, so maybe that could have been the problem. I don't know what this machine's doing, to be honest. I might have to go and hard reboot it. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do it from my phone. This rig is actually out in the garage. Seems like it's offline, but it could be. I don't know about the version of that miner. I was thinking maybe it could be downloading the new version. So I'm gonna go to my phone. I got the remote Wi-Fi power adapters. I'm just gonna power it off and back on. So maybe that'll fix that. In the meantime, I guess we probably could just try to assign it to this other rig here. I like how they have this now. They have it defaulted to your last, whatever you last chose. You know, it defaults to that. SimpleMining before would not do that. It wouldn't save any of these settings, so you would have to constantly go in and, you know, reselect things that you just selected. So it was kind of silly. So we are going to try it on this rig up here on the top, the Dagobah rig. Did anybody see the trailer for Star Wars? If you've been watching the channel a while, you know that I'm a big Star Wars fan. I mean, you can tell by the names of all the rigs, they're all Star Wars planets, right? So, yeah, look, that rig just came up too. But it looks like a couple of the GPUs aren't online. So I have to go and mess with that, but it looks like it did come up. But I want to see some good hash rate information with no problems and things like that. I'm just going to let it rock. There's only 3 of us in here, so this is going to be like super chill. Yeah, the beginning of that Star Wars trailer okay, pretty emotional about it because that was pretty sick. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I hope they rebound after The Last Jedi, you know, because that one was kind of weird. Not a great storyline in that one. They kind of messed up the whole thing, right? Yeah, it's going to be on Abrams to actually save that franchise, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. I think I can play the trailer. I don't see why not. Can I get in trouble for that? I don't think so. If it's a trailer? Pretty sure I can. I mean, I'm not monetized or anything like that anyway, so. Let me see if the video, I'll have to turn on the desktop audio here. Hang on a second. Yeah, you know, people are usually really particular about stuff like that, as far as are worried about it, but those channels are much larger than mine, and they're monetized and all that stuff, so I'm not really worried about it. I mean, I could get a copyright strike, I guess, which is bad, but I mean, I don't know how, because if it's a trailer, you would think that that would be okay. Let me see if let's see here. What do I need to do? I need to turn on. Yeah, I don't know how loud this is going to be, so give me a second here. Y'all are gonna see my reaction here. So sick. Oh, God. It's freaking awesome, man. Golly. Y'all know who that is, right? That is crazy. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Incredible. And meanwhile, both my rigs are down. Oh, let's see here. What are these things doing? Yeah, it's so good. Oh my gosh, so good. I know they do take a little while to come up because the miner takes a while to compile and stuff like that. But I thought that XMR-STAK, I thought that it was a little bit quicker. But I don't have a monitor on these machines or on these rigs, so I kind of have to just go by what I'm seeing on SimpleMining. So I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes here just to see if it recovers. Yeah, see, there you go. Okay, so that one came back. All right, great. Yeah, it just takes a little while, right? It takes so long that the web interface for SimpleMining thinks that it's not talking, right? That it's no longer even on. So just keep that in mind whenever you, especially when on the Kryptonite algorithms and SimpleMining. I've noticed that the miner, it just takes so long to fire up that you'll get the indications that make it look like the rig is actually offline whenever it's not. It's just in a state of loading the driver and stuff, so, or loading the miner. So this one should be, the other one should be coming up as well. And as far as the, let me go over here. Did I cover the whole miner options and stuff? Let's see here. I think I did. Yeah. So the miner options look like this. I don't know if I zoomed up on it or not. So I'll do that. And I'll post this in the description as well. Yeah, I think I already covered this, but I mean, this is the third video tonight, so I don't remember which one it was in. So I'm using the latest version of XMR-STAK that's in SimpleMining. It might not be the latest version, but the one that's in SimpleMining. And then the currency is Kryptonite_Conceal. I'm using the official pool, and which is just an IP address for Conceal. And then there's my address, rigName for password, and again, I will post that in the video description. I'll try to get it in all 3 video descriptions. I don't know how that's going to work, but all right, let's go back over to rig list and see if this machine should come up. This one, I probably need to power this one down, hard power cycle this one, because it's got 3 GPUs missing. So actually, while this one is coming up, I will go out there and do that. It's just in the garage. I'll be right back. So that one should be coming back up here. This one recovered all the way. Okay, so we are getting accepted shares, so that's good. I don't know what else to show about SimpleMining. Pretty much it. I mean, I showed you how to create a group in there. As far as OC goes, I don't think that there's what I use for, oh, that's what we were going to do. Once we get the hash rate, we can go into Profit.pro. So I like to use coin to mine today, and then over on the left there's a overclock section. You can just put in your GPU here. I think Red Panda uses this as well. Jason, we can't use XMRig for Conceal just yet. I don't remember which of the 3 videos I described that in, but or I talked about that in. But I think that it's coming really soon. I think that you'll be able to do it. They're going to add, hopefully they'll add Conceal to the regular old XMRig, AMD, and NVIDIA miners. Yeah, I think that's probably what they're going to do. So in this case, let's look at Radeon RX 580. And then the one thing I did notice, they don't have Conceal in here just yet. So you kind of have to wing it. It used to be fast. I don't know what all the particulars of the actual algorithm are now. I know that it's more memory based than core based. So there's not really a way of getting a good idea for a baseline overclocks without digging through discords and things like that. But I think that probably what I have over here already is pretty decent. Let's see what it says here. So the group OC looks like I've got 1100 core, 2200 memory, and 875 undervolt. Aggressive undervolt is on. The power stage is 4. I've got a target temp of 65 and a min fan speed of 30. So let me zoom up on that so you guys can see that. So that is the overclock settings there. This rig is back online, it looks like. Maybe. It's still probably working on coming up because I did power cycle that one. So not a big deal there. Let's go to HiveOS. Actually, let's look at, we've got 12.13K. So let's go to Profit.pro and we'll put in 12,100. I think I can do it like that. And then go calculate profit. And then that's really awesome that Conceal actually shows up as one of the most profitable with that type of hash rate on Kryptonite Conceal. So that's kind of cool. Zoom up on that for you guys a little bit. The difficulty is going up, it looks like. I feel like right now Conceal CCX is kind of hitting its stride a little bit. I want to say that there's a lot of people talking about it. You know, it's being discussed a lot by you know, YouTubers and things like that. So I think that's a good sign. You know, hopefully good things are on the horizon for CCX. I've been following it for quite some time. Been mining it a while. You know, let's see here. Wow, this rig is acting a fool down here. All right, so let's look at Hive OS and run through the settings over there as well. Now, I already have a wallet, but what we can do is, I think, yeah, I've got an address over here, so we'll be able to just run through the settings here real quick, or the actual setup from beginning to end. So let's go to flight sheets, and we can just, we're going to be able to add a wallet in here because Conceal is actually in Hive OS already. So if we go CCX, that's the coin, the wallet. We're going to add a wallet. We're going to give it an address, and this is the address of my desktop. No, this is actually the Conceal Cloud wallet, which is kind of cool. Let's try that. Make sure that that works. I think you can mine to the cloud wallet, so we're going to paste that in there. Make sure there's no crazy spaces or anything like that. Then we're going to go CCX YouTube for the name and click create. And that's going to create the wallet, and then we're going to go to the pool. If you click the down arrow, this is what you know, these devs have worked with. These pools, or the Hive OS devs have worked with the pools, or vice versa, in getting their pools actually added to Hive OS. In this case, we're going to, I mean, we could use hero miners. If we go to miningpoolstats.stream over here, and we go to CCX, we'll see how the hash rate spread out. So see, hero miners has 55.4. But other than hero miners, it's spread out pretty well. This is the official pool right here, Conceal.network, and then there are a few other ones that have a portion of the hash rate. So let's go with the Conceal.network, and that's going to be that IP address site. So if you go, it looks a lot like their wallet, right? The cloud wallet. I dig that. I like that. The color scheme is the same on all of them. I like that. So if you go over here to resources and click on getting started, that will give you the information that you need to set up your pool. So there's the IP address, and then this is something that they probably need to change. The algorithm still says Kryptonite original, and it's not, because it's Kryptonite Conceal now, right? So that needs to be updated. I think I saw some other things, like maybe on their website, that needed to be updated as well. I want to say that, okay, so over here that says Kryptonite Conceal. There was somewhere else that I saw where it was Kryptonite Fast again, but not a big deal. Looks like they're working through those issues and updating as appropriate, as required, and all that stuff. Where was I at? Alright, so let's grab this IP address here, and that's your pool IP address. Normally you would have a URL there, but in my opinion you can kind of look at it as that is super private, right? Because there's not even a name for it, it's just an IP address. Alright, so and that's actually what I have over here as well. So let's go to Hive OS, and we're going to choose to configure in the miner, because hero miners just has too much of the hash rate and we're trying to spread it out a little bit, right? Let's look at GPU mining and see what they have. They're not even listed on here, so I don't know if they're even active anymore. Not a big deal. We'll just choose configure in miner, and then we're going to select miner. And remember, whenever you do this, you cannot, at this point right now today, April 12th of 2019, you can't choose any of the XMRig stuff. It has to be XMR-STAK. XMRig does not support these versions that are in Hive OS, don't support Kryptonite Conceal at this moment. But I see that happening in the not too distant future where they will fix that. So maybe I'll send out a tweet or something if that actually happens. All right, so wallet and worker template, we're gonna go with, I think we should be able to go, see this is XMR-STAK. I think we can go wallet and worker name. And then the pool URL, we have to put in, paste in there what the pool URL is. If we go over here, and then the difficulty, we're gonna look at 5555 is about right for, because we're using an actual rig, a GPU rig. So we're gonna grab that as well. Go over here and it's gonna look like this, 5555. And then the password can be our worker name. Pretty typical, putting the cursor over the I and then choosing worker name, clicking on it. And that just puts the variable in there for us. And then pretty much, I believe, see, I think we need a config override of, yeah, this is where it gets tricky. I think it's, we might have to go back to another one that's already working. I'm not gonna remember what this is. Let's see here. All right, give me a second. Let me apply changes here. I'm gonna go ahead and create it. I gotta go look at what the settings actually are, just to make sure. Whoops. So I'm just gonna copy this. I couldn't remember how it looked as far as like the quotes and the colon and all that stuff. So I just went to one that I knew worked, and then we're going to edit this one, which is the one that we're creating, and the config override, we're just going to paste that in there, and that's what it looks like. So let me zoom up on that so you guys can see what is going on here. Alright, and then we're going to click apply changes. We're going to give it a name of CCX_YouTube, and then update. And then what we'll do is we actually can use either rig, because XMR-STAK is for NVIDIA or AMD. So that is kind of cool. You can use one miner for both hardware. So if we go over here, let's go to, we'll do both, but first we'll assign it to the AMD rig. Flight sheets, whoops, that's not right. Put a check mark there and click the rocket, which is flight sheets. And then we are going to click on CCX. And then you can see here where I should have put the miner in there, but this is the flight sheet that we actually created. Then we're going to click apply, and that should restart that rig. Now the rig that you're seeing back here is not that rig. The rig that's being displayed is actually the NVIDIA rig. So that one's going to restart. We're going to put both of them on the new flight sheet that we just created. So I'll click the check mark there and go to the rocket and go to CCX and then assign it to the YouTube flight sheet and then click apply. And then what you should see behind me here is you should see this one kick off, and I'll actually restart it too, just so that we can see that happen as well. Send it a reboot. Should see that one's restart here in a moment. Yeah, I'll get over to the garage and see what's going on over there in a minute. You know what? I was wrong. I actually do have, it's this one that is displayed up there. So let me restart that one as well. It is the Scarif rig. So let me restart that one. You'll see it restart. There it goes. Okay, I forgot I swapped them earlier. All right, so let's go over here to SimpleMining and check out what's going on over here. You can see we're getting accepted shares as well. We've got 12.13. This rig here is, both of these rigs are AMD RX 580 8 GPU rigs. One of them is the Gigabyte RS Radeon RX 580s, and the other one is the ASRock Phantom Gaming RX 580s. And as you can see right here, they're both the same. They're both getting the same OC settings, and the AMD, the ASRock Phantom Gamings are actually performing a little bit better. Not a whole lot, but you know, 1K better basically. So that's kind of cool. Both of those are working fine. So now let's head over to back over to Hive OS. And that machine's already restarted. Looks like it's still firing up the miner job and things like that. So I'll give it a second. Yeah, I've got a little bit of editing to do. I've got to figure out how I'm going to make these videos look. All the lockups and stuff. I got to change the thumbnails and all that stuff to make it make sense. Because I know in the first one, I don't know when it locked up, but I believe it was pretty early on. So that one I might just do away with. But the second one, I was talking about the wallet and the messaging. So that one I might just call like wallet or something, you know, something to do with the wallet. And then this one will be the actual mining one, which we're actually covering SimpleMining and Hive OS. And as you can see, it hasn't locked up yet. So it seems like it's really focused on just not doing too much, you know, just only doing the websites and the streaming part, and that's it. And not firing up wallets and all that other stuff that I was trying to do earlier. So we'll see. So it looks like it has started, and let me, yeah, I'm getting results, accepted shares and all that stuff, so that's good. And this one is, the one that's being displayed is actually Scarif, so let me get into that one, and we'll do a Hive shell so you can see it up close and personal. Alright, so there we go. Let me zoom up on that real quick. So these are, you know, this is the Scarif rig. You can see it right there, the name. And we're getting accepted shares and all that stuff. Let me show you the overclock settings for that rig, or actually overclock settings for Kryptonite Conceal on Hive OS. Overclock settings look like this. Where's it at? Here it is. Actually, let me go to, I think there's a better way of looking at that. Yeah, see. So I've got the core at 11. I believe this is close, pretty close to what I have it on SimpleMining as well. Let's see here. 11, 22, 875. So I have it a little bit lower. The memory's 21. So actually I'm going to change that right now, since I know that it works on SimpleMining at 22. So I'm just going to save that. That's going to change the overclock settings for that rig. And you can see how like this rig here is NVIDIA and this one is AMD, and this one is 6 GPUs and this one is 10, but you can see how the hash rate is a lot lower, you know, on NVIDIA because it's kryptonite, right? And kryptonite, typically AMD GPUs are much better at hashing on kryptonite algos compared to NVIDIA. I was just doing this as a test. Typically I'm not going to leave an NVIDIA rig mining anything kryptonite at all. So that is good there. Let me see if the Kessel rig is up and running. These are the overclock settings for kryptonite Conceal on NVIDIA. And this is 10 series stuff. I don't have any 20 series just yet. So you can see 1070 Ti has 100 on the core, 900 on the memory. Remember that kryptonite algos are memory intensive, not as much core intensive, right? So they focus mainly on memory operations. And then you can see the power limits and all that stuff for the different GPUs. This rig has 2 1070s, 2 1070 Ti's, and 2 1080s. You can see the different overclock settings for those. So you can pause it right here if you need to, if you want to document what the overclock settings are. And these are just baseline stuff. I have not fine-tuned any of this stuff. It's just to get it up and running and pretty efficient. Alright, so let's go over here and look and make sure we're getting accepted shares on the NVIDIA rig as well. Looks like we are. Alright, so everything's looking good over there as well. So that is super cool. So let me make sure I covered everything here. We did simple mining, showed you the miner option string. We did Hive OS and the miner options and overclocks on both. So that's cool. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything real quick, and then I'm going to end this because this is my 3rd attempt. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, that after the 2nd time, I didn't even want to fire this back up because I was so frustrated. But you know, I figured you guys might want to check it out, so I brought everything back up, and here I am. 11 o'clock on a Friday. Yes, the garage rig is still running. No, I already answered that. Yeah, everything's looking good. Everything's all legit, looking solid. You know, the hash rates are pretty good. Oh, we could go over here and look at per day, right? And we can actually look at, this is Profitbot Pro. I showed you a little bit of that earlier. What was I going to look at here? Oh, it's 261 a day with that rig. So it's 261 profit. That's before power, I believe. With this rig right here, which is the one that we looked at. Actually, this one. 12.13, and then so if we go 13.08 on Profitbot Pro, let's go back over here and put in 13,800. So now we're looking at 282 a day on that rig. And then let's go to Hive OS, and remember this rig here, Scarif is 10 GPUs, and it's getting 15 0.78, so we can put that in here. My lot, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's 322 a day. And then on the NVIDIA rig, you can quickly see it's only 7.4, 7400. We'll go 7500. So it went all the way down to $1.53 a day. So if you total all those up, was at about $10 a day on 4 rigs. That is not great, but it's not terrible, but not great. Yeah, after power, yeah, probably roughly breaking even with what we're currently getting with Conceal. So with my power cost at 10 cents roughly. What's up, Michael Johns? Thanks for tuning in. We had another rough night, man. It kept locking up. I think this is the 3rd stream. So yeah, I was trying to do wallets again, and remember whenever I did the Aeon wallet, it locked up that time, and I was trying to do CCX wallets this time, showing the functionality and stuff, and it locked up during that. So this little section right here, this last section, has been all mining, which is cool because I'll be able to separate it out and make it like that. So that way it's not too confusing whenever there's multiple CCX or Conceal videos. But we are getting to the end here. I don't think that there's anything else that I need to cover. I think I pretty much covered everything because we went through SimpleMining and Hive OS and how to mine Conceal on both. So I think that we did a little bit of profit calculations. We could look at what to mine as well and see what kind of calculations we get over here real quick. No, not this. We have to go to CoinCalc. That's right, because it's not on what to mine yet. I forget that sometimes. So let's look at what we got over here. Let's go 0 power just for the calculation purposes. And on this rig here, we're getting 12.13. I think it'll work like this. Let's look at power real quick on that rig. What rig are we looking at? This was Dagobah. Okay, so I'll show you all what the power draw is on Dagobah real quick. So Dagobah is 932 watts, it looks like. 926, 927, somewhere around there. We'll just call it 930. So we'll head over to coin calculators and put in 930 watts and then calculate. See what we come up with here. So with before power costs, it looks like $293 a day, which sounds about what the same as Profitability Pro was saying. So now let's put in our power costs. Let's go 0.10. Go average here. So it looks like about 70 cents a day on an entire rig, an 8 GPU rig. That's disgusting, man. I don't know what to say about it. It's not good. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Let's go to, let's say Mustafar, and that is 13.08. 13.08, and we'll look at the power on that one. Is a little less. It's 876, it looks like. We'll say 875. Calculate. So on that one, because the power is a little less, we're getting $1.07 a day, which is cool. But that's for an entire GPU, 8 GPU rig, $1.07 profit. So let's go to Hive OS and look at these numbers over here. We'll start with the AMD rig, which is 10 GPUs. We're getting 15.78. So we'll go right here, 15.78. What kind of power is that monster drawing? It's only 10 RX 580s right now. Not too bad, actually. 1096 it looks like, so 1100. So we'll go 1100 here. Whoops. Calculate. So $1.19. $1.19 a day off of a 10 GPU rig. And then we will go with the really inefficient NVIDIA mining kryptonite, and it looks like 7.46 or 7. We'll call it 7.5. So we'll come over here and 7.5, and the power draw on the NVIDIA rig is, which is Kessel, 722. So about 720. So we'll go 720 here and calculate. And you can see how utterly disgusting that is, right? So this is, you know, just a little bit of real solid proof that you really wouldn't want to mine any kryptonite. Typically, you don't mine kryptonite on any NVIDIA GPUs, right? Or NVIDIA rigs. It's just not very efficient. I mean, unless you're just, you know, trying to accumulate some coins, you know. I mean, if you have like something new, like a spec coin or something like that, and you just want to hit it with as much hash power as you can, maybe. But yeah, if you're looking for profits, I wouldn't go that route. So let's see. I think that's it. Check the market real quick. Okay, it's looking up a little bit. Lots of green out there. I like that. All right, guys, so that is going to be it for me. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. Don't worry about commenting about my machine crashing. I know it crashed. I hate it. It sucks, but I am going to fix it. I've got a lot going on in my personal life right now, so I've got to get through that part, and then we'll be building a machine and stuff like that. And I'll probably put it on in a video and stuff like that. The new streaming machine, right? Probably won't be too much of a monster. I'm a little bit frugal when it comes to this stuff, so I will probably build a mid-level machine. It won't be, you know, the highest end everything. So. But hopefully it will be much more reliable than what I currently have. I think I'm going to give this machine to my son, probably. Let him deal with it. Let me get these rigs back on what they should be mining here real quick, so I don't forget. Yeah, and these two are shared rigs, co-owned rigs. Did this one already restart? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that is going. I'll check on that in a few minutes, make sure that's good to go. Over here, I'm going to go to Aeon on my NVIDIA rig. I'm going to continue to mine CCX on the AMD rig. I gotta make sure my wallet's right though. Let's see, make sure that there's no sometimes I forget this stuff. So yeah, see how it's assigned to this one right here, so I need to assign it to my own flight sheet here. Sometimes I forget and I end up mining, like in the old days whenever I wasn't doing like I am now, but we were mining like a random coin and I was using a donation address. Sometimes I would leave the rig mining to that donation address like all night until the next morning. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? It's kind of funny. Some random address off of a Bitcoin Talk thread or something. So alright, so I think I got this all squared away. Go over here to flight sheets, make sure that it's all cleaned up over here. Oh, why does that say it's still assigned? Maybe because it hasn't rebooted yet. I'm gonna give that a minute. What did I do? Did I mess that up? I assigned it back, didn't I? I clicked on the wrong one. Let me go over here and fix this. It's hard to talk sometimes and actually do stuff like this. Alright, so let me get that back. That's on Aeon. Let me get this one back on the correct flight sheet, which is this one. Alright, I think I did it right that time, guys. So now if we go to flight sheets, yeah, see this one, the one that's YouTube is no longer assigned to anything, so I'll be able to remove it. Like that. So on the Scarif rig it's CCX, and on NVIDIA it's Aeon. Alright, looks good to me. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around and going through all the drama with the machine crashing and stuff like that. I appreciate it, guys. I'm a little tired now going through all this. But thanks for watching. I will see you guys next week, probably, hopefully Monday. Got a lot going on this weekend, but hopefully I'll be able to get back on here Monday. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Be sure to, if you like video content like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel and like, share, and subscribe and all that stuff. Click the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on anything. And if you like random crypto thoughts and things like that, make sure you follow me on Twitter, because I do talk about crypto over there. Plus I run the polls over there to determine what we're going to be mining that night. So it's kind of important to follow me on Twitter so that you can actually vote on what we're going to mine that night. I know I didn't do a poll for today because I knew that I wanted to cover a little bit more about Conceal. So I didn't do a poll, and I just planned on doing Conceal the whole day. So but make sure you follow me on Twitter so that you can participate in those polls. And yeah, make sure you smash the like and all that stuff on your way out. I will see you guys on Monday night probably. Thanks so much for watching, and stay savage, everybody. I appreciate it so much.